My name is Miles. I have a daughter. Her name is Elara. She is 7 years old. She is the light of my life. She has a beautiful smile and a laugh that sounds like music. Her laugh makes me happy. Elara is also blind. She was born without the ability to see. Her mother was Fiona. She was my beautiful wife. I loved her more than words can say. She was kind and gentle. Her touch was soft as morning sunlight. She loved art and music. She loved the colors of the sunset. Fiona died when Elara was born. The day I met my daughter was the day I lost my wife. It was the happiest and saddest day of my life. Before she died, Fiona made me a promise. She held my hand. Her voice was weak. She said, "Miles, our daughter will not see the world, so you must be her eyes. Tell her about the beautiful world I loved. Tell her about the blue sky and the green trees. Tell her who I was. Promise me." I promised her. I said, "I promise, Fiona, I will never forget my words. I will." So that is what I do. I am my daughter's eyes. I describe everything to her. We go for walks in the park. I tell her about the tall trees with their green leaves. I tell her about the bright yellow flowers. I describe the shapes of the clouds in the big blue sky. Elara listens with a smile on her face. She uses her imagination to see the world. Sometimes she closes her eyes tighter, like she can see pictures inside her mind. I also tell her about her mother. I tell her that her mother had hair the color of honey. I tell her that her mother's eyes were as blue as the summer sky. I want Elara to know the woman who gave her life. I want her to know the love that created her. I made a promise to my dying wife, but cruel strangers told me my promise was a lie. One sunny afternoon, we were sitting on a bench in the park. Elara held her little toy rabbit. The sun was setting. The sky was full of amazing colors. There were shades of orange, pink, and purple. It was beautiful. It was a sky that Fiona would have loved. I held Elara's small hand in mine. Her hand was soft, and she squeezed mine like she trusted me with everything. I started to describe the scene to her. I said, "Elara, the sun is going to sleep now. It is painting the sky with beautiful colors. There is a bright orange, like the color of the oranges we eat for breakfast. And there is a soft pink, like the color of your favorite blanket." She smiled. She said, "It sounds so pretty, Daddy." I felt happy. I felt like I was keeping my promise to Fiona. In that moment, I felt she was there with us, smiling. The air felt gentle. The world seemed kind. But then I heard voices. Two people were walking behind our bench, a man and a woman. The woman laughed. It was not a nice laugh. It was a cruel laugh. Her laugh cut the peace of the evening. It felt like a shadow passing by. The man said, "Poor child. Her father fills her head with fairy tales. She will never see." I froze. The words hit me like stones. I wanted to stand and shout at them, but I stayed quiet. Elara turned her face to me. She had heard their voices. She asked, "Daddy, why are they laughing? Why do they sound so unkind? My throat felt dry. My heart was heavy. I did not know what to say. I wanted to protect her innocence. I wanted to guard her heart from cruelty. So I said, Elara, some people cannot see with their hearts. They cannot understand love. She touched my face with her small hand and whispered, but you can see for me. Her words broke me and healed me at the same time. She trusted me completely. That night, when I tucked her into bed, she held my hand and smiled. She said, Daddy, when you tell me about the world, I feel like I can see it. Her words were brighter than any sunset. Her love was stronger than any pain. She said to the man, listen to him. He is describing the sunset to a blind girl. The man replied in a loud voice. He said, what is the point? She cannot see it. It is a waste of time. Their words were like sharp knives. They went straight into my heart. My face became hot with shame and sadness. I stopped talking. The beautiful sunset did not seem beautiful anymore. The strangers walked away, still laughing. I held my daughter's hand tightly. I hoped she did not hear them, but she did. Her smile was gone. Her small face was sad. She said, Daddy, what did they mean? Why did they say that? I did not know what to say. How could I explain their cruelty? How could I protect her from a world that did not understand? That night, after I put Elara to bed, I sat alone in the dark. The stranger's words echoed in my mind. What is the point? Were they right? Was I a fool? I felt a deep sense of failure. I felt like I had broken my promise to Fiona. How could I describe colors to my daughter? Colors were just words to her. She did not know what blue or red really was. How could I describe her mother's face? It was just a collection of words. Hair like honey, eyes like the sky. These were my memories, not hers. I felt a deep sadness. I felt so helpless. The world saw my efforts as a joke, my love for my daughter, my promise to my wife. It was all just a silly story for them to laugh at. I cried that night. I cried for my wife. I cried for my daughter. My heart felt empty, and I cried for my broken promise. For a few days, I did not describe the world to Elara. When we went for walks, I was quiet. She knew something was wrong. She asked, Daddy, why are you not telling me about the flowers? My heart broke a little more. I did not want my sadness to steal her joy. Then, one evening, I was looking through Fiona's old things. I found a box. Inside, there was her favorite silk scarf. It was soft and smooth. There was also a small bottle of her perfume. I opened it. The scent of roses filled the room. It smelled like Fiona. It smelled like our home. The memories wrapped around me. I also found her favorite music box. An idea came to my mind. A new idea. Maybe sight was not the only way to see. Maybe I was trying to keep my promise in the wrong way. The world was not just about colors and shapes. The world was about feelings. Fiona was not just a face to describe. She was a feeling. She was love. The next morning, I took the box to Elara. I sat next to her on her bed. I said, "Elara, I want to show you your mother." I did not use words like blue or green. Instead, I took her hand and placed the silk scarf in it. I said, "Feel this. This was your mother's favorite scarf. She loved how soft it was. This is what her kindness felt like." Elara touched the scarf with her small fingers. A slow smile spread across her face. Then I sprayed a little of the perfume in the air. I said, "Smell that. Your mother loved roses. Our garden is full of them because of her. This is what her love smelled like." She took a deep breath. She smiled wider. Finally, I opened the music box. A beautiful, gentle melody filled the room. I said, this was her favorite song. She would listen to it when she was happy. This is what her joy sounded like. We sat there together, listening to the music. After a few moments of silence, Elara turned to me. She was still holding the scarf. Her face was full of peace and happiness. She said the words that healed my broken heart. She said, "Daddy, I can feel Mommy." Tears ran down my face. But these were not tears of sadness. They were tears of joy. In that moment, I knew I had not failed. I had kept my promise. I had connected my daughter to her mother in the deepest, most real way possible. Love was not something you see with your eyes. It was something you feel with your heart. And our love for Fiona was now a part of Elara forever. She carried her mother within her. The next days were different. Elara began asking more questions about Fiona. She wanted to know her favorite places, her favorite foods. I told her about Sunday mornings in our kitchen, where Fiona baked bread and filled the house with warmth. I told her about the way Fiona loved to dance slowly in the living room. Elara laughed softly. Sometimes Elara would press the scarf to her cheek and say, "Daddy, I feel like she's hugging me." She carried the music box with her everywhere, winding it gently whenever she wanted to hear her mother's joy. One afternoon, we walked past the same bench where the strangers had laughed. Elara stopped and faced the air. She said, "Daddy, let's sit here again. I want to hear the sunset tonight." I held my breath. The memory of those cruel words burned in me. But I sat down beside her. This time, when I described the sky, she lifted her head proudly. She said, "Mommy is here with us." And I believed her. The sunset felt sacred again. From that day, I never doubted my promise. I was not foolish. I was a bridge between Fiona's memory and Elara's heart, a bridge between sight and feeling, and I realized something new. Sometimes the blind can see deeper than anyone with eyes. Thanks for watching. If you liked this story, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to keep learning with me.